You're listening to the Mopcast Network.
Welcome to the Cult Movie Cantina. This podcast takes a look at our favorite cult films, introduces them as not seen them,
That's me.
pairs them with great alcohol beverages,
That's me.
and then talks about it. This week is a cult meeting where we recap the last episode and talk about other stuff and introduce you to what we'll be watching next week. How's everyone doing?
Okay. I feel like it's been an off day. It's been an off day for me.
It's so off, I forgot to introduce everyone. I'm your Native American.
You just didn't want to say my name.
Oh,
That's what it
no,
is.
no, you can say your own name. Then
Good.
you're fine. You're
Okay,
fine.
cool.
You're fine.
Go ahead.
I'm your Native American pop culture spirit guide, Scotty.
I'm your facilitator of fun and the lady of libations, Stephanie.
I am Jestina, the Jellicle Jester.
And she who knows no movies.
She who knows no movies.
I like
not gonna stick.
Yes, it's gonna stick. The fans demand it.
The fans, okay. Did they?
They
Did
do.
though?
Fans, you
They
do
got my
demand
back.
it, right?
They got my back.
And then we have our neophyte.
Am I allowed to talk now? I'm Jared.
Yeah, we kept him silent
yeah.
for a whole episode last week.
We spray him if he talks when he's not supposed to.
No,
fine.
he was off last week doing having adventures and stuff.
Adventures in Birmingham. Actually, Birmingham. It's fine. I didn't go to England.
He went to England.
I
He went
wish.
to England with the Boy Scouts
Yeah.
and did Boy Scout things. Did you
No,
build
we
it?
actually did just go to Birmingham for family vacation.
Oh, I thought you did
Yep.
Boy Scout stuff.
Not this week.
Oh, well, never mind. What'd you do on vacation?
Mostly sat around because that's the best vacation ever.
Right.
Board games. So we played lots of Uno and Monopoly. And then
Did your family still stay together after games of Uno?
yes, we're good. We did survive the 5 of us. So me, my wife, and 3 kids staying in a 2-bedroom apartment with her mom. That was tough for 3 nights because our plans had to change last minute. But then we went and stayed with a friend and went to the McWayne Center, which is like the Explorium, but it's up in Birmingham, and it's a ton of fun.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. Shout out to the McWayne Center.
Awesome.
It sounds all fancy.
It is fancy. It's fancier than the Explorium.
Yeah, Explorium's
They have
sick.
more money.
That's usually what it
technically,
comes down to.
that-
My
That's
people are actually
Birmingham.
working on that.
Yeah.
Because
We appreciate you.
My tribe gave money to the Explorium recently.
Yes.
To increase the IMAX.
Right. Well, to remodel the IMAX,
remodels. That's the word I'm looking for.
that's not increasing,
Yeah,
but
make it
yeah.
digital, correct?
Digital.
Right,
Yes, it's not actually.
Digitize
It's
it.
not going to be an IMAX anymore. It's the Digital Dome Theater, or will be the Digital Dome.
Is that
Theater.
because IMAX is a brand?
IMAX is a brand?
Okay.
That is
All right.
correct.
Okay.
And
So
didn't know that.
it is.
and
It's
then
a brand.
I just recently read that the tribe gave the Mobile Museum, which is next door,
Right.
a ton of money, so you know the museum can be free on the first Sunday of every month.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder
So that's
how they
pretty
feel
awesome.
about roller derby. Reach out to the casino.
Well,
Hello, tribe. We come in peace.
I don't know if I'd start with that, but I like the sentiment.
Nice.
I'll write something. I'll have Chelsea write something up. Chelsea's good.
So what else did you anybody do anything interesting, fun?
I have not had fun in
Yeah,
a
you've
long
been,
time.
You've been working since you've been back from Japan.
I know.
That sucks.
Oh,
does
the kids! I think I showed you guys a video, but the kids loved the Kit Kats.
Yeah.
we
We watched the
did-
video.
Yeah, we did watch the
We
video.
had, we had
We
3
did.
kids enjoy the Kit Kats
And one of
thoroughly.
them dressed like Chewbacca.
Yeah, that would be Reese, the foot cutter. Those are his PJs.
Yeah, you had an
Nice.
adventure. Was it last? It was last
It was
night.
yesterday. Yeah.
I
So
also have Star Wars PJs, but they're not Chewbacca.
no, I just look like Chewbacca when I'm not wearing PJs.
So that is your Star
Yeah.
Wars BJ.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
your birthday suit. Mm-hmm. I do not have Star Wars BJs. Yeah. Just give me some bobbins, and I'll just make the hair.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I have,
Yeah.
funny enough, don't have Star Wars PJs.
What in the world, Scotty?
I mean, I don't sleep in PJs, but I have a Star Wars shirt. That would technically be PJs.
Yeah,
Just
But I
wear
can't.
that to sleep, and
Yeah.
it counts.
That
Yeah,
counts.
it counts.
That counts. I went to the beach.
Oh, I went to Dothan. I forgot that happened this last weekend. We're all still very sore and exhausted.
Your concept is like last few days ago. I don't remember.
Like, what did we do? Yeah. We didn't win,
Sorry.
but it's okay. I think it was the best game we played.
Good.
So I'm really proud of us.
Did you come in second?
Yeah, we did.
That's awesome.
We're number 2. We're number 2.
There were 2 teams.
Hey, we're still number 2.
Nothing wrong with that. You were just
Better than third.
You were just in the groove of whip it.
Yeah. I was
Did
really
you
committed
whip
to it.
anybody? Did anyone get
Actually,
whipped? Did you get whipped?
I wasn't whipped, but in this game more than any of the others, I used them to try to get through the wall more than I used to.
Got you.
It was mainly B-Rec, one of the people on the team. She's like, that was her first game, and she tended to get like right in front of me, so I would just hold her hips and then just make her push me through. Like I just used her. I was like, there you go. Take them to the side with you. I'm gonna go.
Cool.
Didn't always work, but that's okay.
Like I said, I went to the beach and had a nice time at the beach. Ate lunch at this place called the Sunliner Diner.
Yeah, I saw that. It's newer down there.
Yeah, it's new, but it's okay food. It's they had Grease playing on like a projection screen, and everybody was kind of dressed in their 50s ways. So have all of you seen Grease?
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
It's been a
yes.
while.
But okay, so
actually
and I
like
posted this on Facebook. I had this question: do any of those people look like they belong in high school?
No, they don't. 100% no, they don't.
Like
They're all grown adults.
they're all like.
They all did really
So,
bad in school.
I had one dude in middle school. Yeah, it was middle school. He was like a year ahead or two, but he was able to ride a scooter. So he had to been 15. So he was I think 2 years ahead. It was our last year. It was like 8th grade. No, yeah, 8th grade. So he was able to ride a scooter to school because he had a like motorcycles permit or whatever. But he also had like a full on beard at like 15. So like I could almost see it. Like once he was in high school, it was like that dude looks way too old to be here. But he was only one person out of, I don't know, 1,500 people. It wasn't every single student that looked like,
will
Oh,
you
say-
should be a teacher.
Rizzo has to be what 35 in this movie.
Yeah.
But I mean, in that time frame, people did look older though. Like if you
Did
go
they?
back and look at yearbooks, yeah, because it's the way that they dressed and the way that they dolled themselves up. They just looked
I
older.
don't know. Again, Rizzo looks 35. Like Travolta.
They're also like all smoking cigarettes since they were like babies.
right. Travolta, who I cannot remember his name in the movie, or
John.
Oh wait, no, that wasn't it. Dang it.
and I don't
Danny.
remember. Huh? Is
Danny.
it Danny?
It's Danny.
And what's the other girl? The Australian. Olivia Newton-John plays her.
Sandy.
Is it Sandy? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
yeah.
not a fan is what I'm saying. Not a fan. Forgive me. I don't know that. Now I do. I will log it in my brain. My first high school girlfriend was really into it, so I saw it like a lot for a year or so. And so I like back then I could told you and like do all the songs. It was terrible. But they look like they're mid-20s.
Grease lighted, go.
But
Grease
Rizzo looks like she's 35. And I'm like, and then Frenchie also looks like she's like 33.
There's some bad kids.
And then
though.
Frenchie's in 2. Like, she's never
That's
getting out of
life
school.
choices right there.
I mean, at 21, they kick you out. They're like, look, you cannot graduate, right?
I think
Once you
it's
hit
I think
21.
I think at 21 they're like, nope,
You're legal to drink, so you can't be around the kids.
right?
Yeah.
So,
because that's never
There,
mind.
I had someone when I was in high school that was 20, and it was their last shot. Obviously, that's the only reason I knew that was
wow.
because they were 20, and we were picking them up on the bus route.
oh.
Like I wasn't specifically picking them up. I was on the bus. I was
Right.
picking them up. Yeah. I wasn't driving that bus. I was really advanced in high school. I drove the bus too, guys.
You took bus driving 101.
Yeah. Be like, yo, you need some drivers? Okay.
It's got,
Did they
it's got some
graduate?
perks.
Did they graduate?
Get some A's. I honestly don't know.
Oh,
I only knew them because they looked like a grown ass adult.
Well, in my head canon, they finally graduated.
Yeah, I would like to think so too. Yeah.
And I think after that they like got their life together. What do they need to do? And went
Become
to college.
doctors.
And it's
more
very
money than
successful
me.
right now.
have a job. It's fine.
So that's what I want. I want them to be successful in life. But so back to the reason why I brought up the Sunliner Diner. So I ate food that was great. Had a nice chicken sandwich, and then I left. Went on, rest of my day, including a nap. Got up Saturday and went to do stuff I needed to do Saturday. Went to go get lunch. Opened my wallet. No debit card. I had left it in the billfold.
That's an awful feeling too.
The little billfold.
When it's not where it
fill,
belongs.
Right, and so I didn't freak out. I was like, okay, where was it the last time I used it? And I was like, oh, it has to be at the diner still. So I called the diner, and the diner had it. So I was like, cool, that means I get to go back to the beach.
Little pro tip: use credit cards. Keep a credit card and use that and just make sure you pay it off monthly. But the reason I say it, it's not that, like I'm not like credit cards are amazing, but the money that is spent on a credit card is Visas. The money that gets spent on your debit card is yours.
Right.
And they will fight a bit harder for their money than your money.
Well, I mean,
I am not disciplined enough to do that.
no, me neither.
Because like that's the whole thing with like the rewards too. Is I
Right.
know someone that would use the rewards cards because she would pay all her bills with it and then turn around and pay the credit card off. No, I'm not good at that.
So, okay, this is going to turn into a financial show real quick.
Thank you, Dave Ramsey.
Yeah. So, no, actually, very similar to his concept where he does an envelope method where you do everything in cash. And if you want to spend $600 on groceries every month, you put $600 in an envelope that says groceries.
That's what Josh was doing when we first got together.
But there's a digital version,
needed
essentially.
He did. It was like all folded certain ways for different things. I'm sorry, continue. There were
Is
envelopes.
he blind too? Like Daredevil, folding it different ways to keep track of it in his wallet? He's like, no, that was a 5.
Kind of.
He is pretty much blind.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah,
really
he's legally
can't see
blind,
without
yeah.
his glasses at all.
So there's
You
a
didn't know him with the Coke glass days. I mean,
Oh God.
little foreshadowing. So there's an app called You Need a Budget, I almost said it's short for YNAB. It's the other way around. But anyway, it does that, but digitally. And the reason we can keep up with it is because you can tie all your accounts into it. And when you categorize your spending, it automatically pulls it out of your bucket and puts it towards your credit card. So it just says, oh, you plan to spend $200 on groceries this week. Cool. You spent groceries on the Visa card. Well, it came out of the grocery budget and gets put towards paying off the credit card budget. It automatically happens, and it's magic.
I need you in my life, okay? Like,
No, like this, I'm not normally like one of those like, you have to use this software. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good. It's cool. But like this one is like, if you have trouble with like keeping track of budgets, this one is wonderful also because it doesn't sell your data. You have to pay $50 a year to use it, but it doesn't sell your data and like try to get you to sign up with more credit cards or try to get this loan or anything else. Anyway, we can get back onto movies.
Thank you for the Dave Ramsey.
But yeah, no, it's not actually his, but it's really close. Anyway,
but luckily the Sunlighter Diner had it, and no one used my card, so there was that. So wasn't.
we're both satisfied.
That's always
yeah.
always a bonus when they
Found
haven't
it,
used
no
it.
one used
Used
it.
it, and
Yeah.
I got to go back to the beach
And you guys go back to the beach.
when I got way too much sun.
That's like a win-win-win. You'll be okay.
Yeah, we'll be okay. So it works out.
Before we go,
Yeah.
we talked about what we did last week. Because we were on vacation, my son decided when we're on vacation, they still get up at 6 a.m. But thankfully, we're staying with a friend who is wanting to spend more time with them. So they don't bug us at 6 a.m. They go
They just
downstairs
play.
and bug her.
Oh, yes.
So they wake her up, and they watch movies. So my 8-year-old watched Princess Bride and gave it a thumbs in the middle, which is not a Caesar thing. It's literally not a thumbs up, not a thumbs down. It's somewhere in the middle.
Right.
But our friend was really
okay.
confused. She was like, "What is that? Like, is he teetering
What is-
towards down?" He was like,
what
"No,
is
he's
that?"
literally
No,
he's,
the child will have to die.
It was
Yeah.
he's like quite literally somewhere in the middle." But he watched Goonies, Princess Bride, The Labyrinth, and something else. There's one other like cult
Legend,
classic.
maybe?
No, it wasn't Legend. I'll have to go back and ask a friend.
That's
but
awesome, though.
he finally watched those.
He's seen more than I have.
It's just missing.
I
out.
haven't seen Labyrinth
also
or
give-
Goonies.
Okay, you don't have to watch The Labyrinth.
I also give Princess Bride a
I
thumb
have
in the
seen
middle.
Princess
Really?
Bride, though.
I don't care for it. I mean, it's okay, but it's like, I like parts of it.
What parts don't you like?
I don't like anything with the two main characters, like the girl and the guy. I like.
Buttercup and Wesley.
Yeah,
You're
I
like,
don't like
screw
them.
them.
Yeah, I don't like them. So everything else is cool.
She has no
Interesting.
heart.
Oh my goodness! You're wearing the earrings you bought on our beach getaway.
I am.
They look
my
so
Slytherin
good.
earrings. They're pretty
She
awesome.
ordered those during the Monster Squad podcast that we were
Oh,
doing.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
did.
that's her.
I just noticed that you
Yeah.
had them in. They look very good.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have a couple plugs I want to give. First of all, if you like this podcast, and I hope you do because you're listening to it, if you're not subscribed to the Mopcast Network YouTube, please do that because we're going to be posting all kinds of cool stuff there. If you also like this podcast and you're not a member of the Facebook page, we do have a Facebook page, the Cult Movie Cantina Facebook. All you got to do is search and look for that. We just have we now have a TeePublic site, so we have T-shirts we can sell. So enjoy that. You can get that on my website, scottywhite.com, where you can get the rest of the stuff too. We are going to be at Horrorgraw, the Halloween festival that just started here in Mobile, on October 27th and 26th and 27th.
Wait, is this the first year?
Yep, first year.
Okay, because I hadn't heard of it, so I just...
Ben May Library in downtown Mobile. We will be doing a live episode of Cult Movie Cantina, and in the coming weeks we will tell you what movie we'll be doing.
Woohoo! When was that?
What?
When was that?
October 26th and 27th.
Okay, cool.
Are you checking your calendar?
Can I suggest Puppet Master? Can we put that in the bin?
Movie's already been picked, but Puppet Master needs to be on the list somewhere. Dang. I'll let you write it down because... Yeah, I'm good.
A paper calendar. What is this? What year?
She's an analog
is it?
person.
I like paper.
That's fine.
I like trees as well. It's a hard thing.
So there's a
So
couple
you
ways
don't
around.
like all the trees, just some.
There's a couple ways around that.
So Tuesday and Wednesday?
No, it's a Saturday.
That's
26th and 27th.
that's a
I'm in
2018.
November. I'm in November.
You've been writing in the wrong year the entire time.
Hey. Okay. Horror grass? Is that what you said?
Horror
Like
gras.
Like
Like Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
What's
yeah,
up,
yeah,
horror?
yeah. Horror gras. I see what they did there.
I heard horror gras the first time, so I got really confused.
Like a horror crawl.
So it's
I don't get a job soon, guys. That's where I'm gonna be. Just saying. My new job. Continue.
all right. So last week we looked at Whip It.
Yes.
We had a good time with that. It was a good episode. We learned that underwater sex is awkward,
Yeah, it is.
and Kitty Pryde is awesome. So
So Scotty sent me a clip of Kitty Pryde, okay? And it's just like a clip of clips of her. So it's like as soon as you try to understand what's happening, you're in a new clip where you're like, what is that? And she's falling through the ground, and then it's a new clip, and she's running through a door, and you're like, what is it?
Sadly, in the movies, they have not really elaborated
no,
on
but
her
I just want to be
character.
like, this is what she does. She walks through things.
So I was really confused, and then he was like, oh, that's my favorite X-Men character. I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Third.
That's it.
Your
The
favorite
third favorite.
what character?
X-Men.
X-Men.
Who was it?
I don't
Kitty
watch
Pryde.
X-Men.
Oh,
so.
yep. Okay.
'Cause Ellen Page
that's
was
her
in-
superpower.
yeah.
Just going through stuff. So.
Yeah, Ellen Page was in Whip It, and she's Kitty Pryde in 2 of the X-Men movies.
Okay.
Can she choose when she goes through things?
Sometimes.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Sometimes she has to concentrate, or she's always intangible. I mean, she's always intangible, so to be solid, she has to think about it.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
So you had some homework.
Oh, yeah, that didn't go anywhere. Okay, so when searching for underground or shady derby, you just get like, I don't know. It was like pages of just like them describing derby teams, but they're not underground or shady. I don't know.
So there's no shady or underground ones.
I'm not going to say that. They're just really good. It's Fight Club. You don't talk about it.
I'll go with that.
That's what I'm going with.
I will go with that.
Okay, cool.
So there's only one derby team.
Yeah, like it's really secretive. You
That's
have
underground
to.
and-
Well, it has to be at least 2 so you can play.
Not if it's Fight Club.
Oh, that's true. Maybe it's just one and they just play each other. We do that at practice.
So we had. I'm saddened but kind of proud of this. We had 2 entries in our contest.
But we had to.
We had 2. It was
That's
better than
right.
0 because.
That's right.
So we had our winner is Drew Hall.
Are we going to do our names first, or are we going to let them like read the names?
What do you mean our names?
Did you guys come up with your names?
No.
Oh, goodness.
I didn't know we had to. Did we?
I thought we were just going to talk about it. It's fine. I'll come up with my name. I'll tell you what my name is.
I thought you were going to reveal your name.
Okay, cool. Do yours first.
Because I almost revealed your name in the descriptions, and I was like, nope.
I almost did too.
And then I went,
nope.
Jellicle Jester. I got to go with that.
That's why you chose that. I screenshotted that and sent it to my derby wife and was like, he used my title. It's official.
Of course, it's official. We decided that last.
What does that even mean?
Angelical cat.
She's
Well, they do magical things.
I cannot wait till she watches this movie and be like, I
No,
hate
but
this
I'm
movie.
saying like in relation to the podcast. What does that mean?
Oh, I'm hilarious. Like a jester.
She is kind of funny.
Yeah.
So
But I'm also jellical.
All right.
So I'm a jellical, hilarious person. Continue.
So Drew kind of went out like I can hear this as an announcer, and so
Will you announce it?
yes, I will.
Okay,
So this is so it's the coach, the Ghostface Killer, Swipe White. She's not just a lightsaber; she's a lifesaver, laser sword. Just makes me giggle.
You know what that sounds like? An American Gladiator name.
Right.
It really does.
I could fight Malibu.
That's what I'm saying.
Nitro.
They don't sound like derby names. They sound like I should be an American Gladiator.
You would be an awesome American Gladiator.
Yeah, you would.
You would kick so much ass.
I would.
A diehard champion and the last woman standing, Bruce Willis. Which makes me laugh so hard.
I don't understand that one.
Bruce Willis.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
Bruce Willis. So, thank you, Drew, for that. Our other contestant, Marshall Ashley, had some good ones, too. Called Jestina the Jellicle Jackknife.
Thanks, buddy.
Working in that title for you. Called me the Chief Cracking Skulls. Which, there was probably a guy out west called Chief Cracking Skulls.
Right.
And then, I love this one. Stephanie's the Lady of Lacerations.
That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
So you could actually be Laser Sword, Lady of Lacerations. The ultimate American Gladiator. I would watch that all day long.
And you got one message to you personally.
I did. I had a friend that would name me the Blitz, as in like Blitzkrieg, or because I'm German and mean
messed up.
and whatever, which I
really
kind of
like
loved.
that.
Yeah,
I love
do
that
too.
name.
I thought it was really cool. I'm kind of sad he didn't enter the contest,
Yeah.
but that's fine.
That's next time. Next time we will have more contests. I will get in touch with Drew and send him a cool prize packet full of stuff.
Thanks,
So
Drew.
yay!
Thank you, Drew. Drew is awesome, by the way, because we actually at the Explorium won a is it a telly? Oh, please.
Was it a Webby?
No.
No, it wasn't a Webby.
Hold on. It's an award for the commercial that Drew directed for us or produced for us, whatever Drew did for us for your Genghis Khan. And
That's because that ad was amazing.
it was amazing, and I'll tell you what it's called because I'm very excited. Hold on. Apparently, it's an advertising award, but it's a big deal because it looks like an Emmy, which I think it's cool. It is I'm pulling it up. A Telly Award,
Yeah.
Telly. So,
Congratulations.
thank you. It's awesome. I'll send you the picture.
I'll post the link to the commercial on this week's show notes.
Yes.
So a couple weeks ago, we did the movie Event Horizon,
Yeah, we did.
and that was the movie before Whip It, right? If I'm correct.
It was a good event.
It was a good event. It was a Horizon. Amazon Prime picked it up for a television series.
It's like they heard our podcast,
Right, they
and they
listened-
went, "Woo,
So,
woo."
I
need
still
that.
have not seen that movie.
So if they pick up a roller derby series,
Yeah, let's watch.
we'll
then we know we're influencers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we know we need to start
So what do you guys
collecting-
want to watch? 'Cause
Like collecting
we
money
can do
on
that
this.
next.
We'll see if Drew Barrymore will sell a roller derby series to Amazon. I did tweet the episode at her, and Ellen Page ignored me, which I was expecting. But at
You
least
never know.
You never know. You never know.
They might have loved it. Who knows?
I know they noticed a spike in Whip It views because I had to buy it or rent it.
I had it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Should have come over.
Yeah, you should have.
So Event Horizon is coming to Amazon. It's from Adam Wingard, the guy who just finished directing Godzilla vs. Kong, which is out next year. He did VHS 2, and a couple other things. But so it's no details yet. They're just they know they want it, and they want him to direct it and make it. So
they're just here to tease us.
right, they're here to tease us. But the Amazon Prime actually did a bunch of stuff. James Wan is doing I Know What You Did Last Summer as a TV series, which is weird.
Yeah.
So
Has anybody seen The Boys?
not yet. It's on my list.
What is The Boys?
It's an Amazon Prime show, but it is brilliant.
What kind like
It's
drama,
superheroes.
sci-fi?
It's
But
it's superheroes.
They're
but-
all douchebags or something.
Yes.
They're all douchebags.
I mean,
Yeah.
Oh my
they're.
God. Is this like on level with like Jay and Silent Bob?
No.
Okay.
It's disturbing. I mean, like it is.
It's right up her alley.
Yeah. I mean, there were parts in this show that I just had to stop and go, did they really just do that?
Oh gosh.
I mean, it was wow.
You can do anything on the internet.
It's honestly, from what I gather, it's more like if real people got superpowers. Unlike every superhero is like
if,
I'm gonna be like Captain America.
Like if you could vibrate, you would touch yourself all the time.
No,
kind of thing? What are we talking
well,
about?
I mean,
No,
it's
that's
more like
that's not where I was going with that, but that might be in season 2.
There's like
I don't know.
a group of superheroes that are pretty much they're owned by a corporation that makes them do publicity stuff. So they don't just go save people. They like it's all scheduled saves. Like the corporation tells them where they can go and who they can save.
So
and
someone
not
could
save.
be on fire in front of them. They're like, no, we're
But
not.
if
saving
it's
that
not
person.
if it's not a good like promo, then they're like, whatever, don't do that. If it's not good
Okay.
publicity.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Again, like if superpowers were real,
Yeah.
that's
I
what
think
would
More
happen.
so.
realistically, what
That's
would
what would
happen.
happen.
Yeah.
In our current climate.
Okay.
Pretty
Like,
much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like you can make
So-
money with it.
That's
Somebody will find
exactly
a way.
what it's all about.
Yeah.
It's about making money.
Yeah.
Get that
So-
dollar bill, y'all.
Need to make some superheroes.
Word.
Call me.
I just can't picture anybody actually turning into Batman or Superman. Well, Superman's an alien, but whatever.
Well, Batman, technically,
He's not-
you
he's
don't
just-
turn into him because
not-
he's not super.
I mean,
he
you
No,
just
but
have
if
to be
superpowers.
hardened by
But
life.
he had
Yeah.
parents who died. He had lots of
Didn't he
money.
go, like,
he
in
had
a
the
big
abilities
hole
to do
somewhere?
things. I think somebody in his
I don't know,
position. I
some big
typically
cave.
would just think a rich person would like just hire somebody to kill people. Like
Right.
I don't think they would have the personal wherewithal to like train for years and become an assassin. And I don't know.
I mean, why
just-
not?
It doesn't. Well, it just doesn't seem.
What else are you going to do with your life?
Hire people to kill other people and then just have sex with women because that's what he did the other half of the time.
Well, that's
Like,
That's what he did.
Instead of like training, it would just be like paying somebody.
But you know, you can. I can devote a few years of training, and then I can also kick people's ass and have sex with women. So it's like a win-win.
Yeah, but
So now I have a
don't
question.
foresee
Sure.
it happening.
For you people, if you got a superhero power, would you tell someone or would you like keep it to yourself?
Depending on the power.
Oh, I would totally abuse mine. I'm not going to lie.
Like they would find
mean,
you.
I
She'd be
would-
like, she's got
Stephanie's basically a supervillain without
superpowers.
powers now.
I mean, I'd like to say that I would use them for good, but I probably wouldn't. I'm sorry.
I feel like I would
honest.
keep mine.
I
I don't
mean-
know, under lock.
Oh
key.
no, I would totally.
But it would depend on what it is, I guess.
Depending on what it is, how could you hide it from everybody? Like what?
Well,
like, what
right.
would you?
I mean, I would tell my
I mean, if I got to
closest
choose
friends
my
and family.
superpower too, like I have one that I've always wanted. Like I want superhuman strength. I want to be able to pick up cars and throw them and stuff like that. That's what I want to do.
But you'd want it with the package, so you can have invulnerability stuff. Because if you're picking up a car and get shot, it's gotta suck.
Well, yeah. I mean, if I was, had super strength, you would. Yeah, you could have to like.
You'd have to have the skeleton to withstand it.
Right, pretty much. I mean,
Or-
yeah, you can't pick up a car if your skeletal
Right.
system can't support said
add,
car.
add
But
flight, and you could be rogue.
I don't want flight.
Really?
Believe it or not, I don't. I just don't want flight.
Flight seems like it would come in handy.
See, that's why I said teleportation. I didn't say it, but that's what I've always said. In my
I
head,
said
I've
in my
said
head.
it like 6 times,
You
and I
guys
just
didn't
haven't
hear it
actually
yet, but
said
you'll
it.
hear
That would be a cool one, yeah. But
What would you want?
Apparition, but teleportation. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
apparate everywhere I want to go.
Apparate? Is that Harry Potter word?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Like if I'm always doing so much stuff, I could just like snap my fingers or close my eyes and be somewhere else. That'd be fantastic. Take out the middleman.
I got you. Teleportation's amazing. I wouldn't mind that.
Scotty,
I would like to shoot laser beams out of my hands.
out of your hands?
Is
Yeah.
this controllable, or do you have
Yeah.
to focus to keep it from happening,
No,
like,
like,
Kitty Pryde?
no.
I feel like you should have to be like Kitty Pryde. 'cause
Or
you like her so
Cyclops, where you have to
much.
like wear gloves. So
Yeah, yeah.
like you're always shooting
Are you
lasers out of your hands.
Elsa? Are you Elsa with lasers?
Ice control would also be cool. I would ice manipulation
see, I
generation.
think of
would,
the
I
wrong
would dig
things
that.
when I think of that. It's like, what if you are indulging in personal time and
You
get
should be-
excited and shoot lasers out of your hand?
Like shoot yourself with a gun in the pocket or something.
You only do that once.
Yeah.
Well, if
Unless you miss.
if it works like if we're playing Marvel rules, like Marvel mutant world rules, you're typically immune to your own powers. So
Well, lasers, once they leave your body, though, are lasers.
yeah, but you'd be immune to lasers,
I see what you're saying.
right?
Like all lasers
Yeah, all
can affect
right.
you.
Okay,
but
well,
you
what
could
if you're
harness lasers.
what if you're having
Like-
fun time with somebody else?
Oh, laser.
Well, see,
them.
that's
Where the rogue
that's-
problem comes in.
I mean, that's the Lois Lane Superman problem. How do they have sex?
I don't know anything about either of them. So what is it he
What?
does and what is it she does? He just flies, right?
No,
No.
Superman is the strongest being in the DC universe. So he's invulnerable. He's got super strength. He's eye beams, eye lasers. He can make.
How does he die then?
Magic
Does he?
magic
Does he
rocks.
die?
Magic rocks.
Magic rocks.
Poor guy.
Magic rocks. Kills.
That's-
And
depressing.
and what's his name?
Is he made of magic rocks?
Oh my gosh! Why can I not think of his name? The
'Cause
mutant
you
that they
That's what you get for karma for over there sitting there judging
Superman,
me.
Superman's
Yeah.
vulnerable to kryptonite, which is the magic rocks.
Oh, that's where that came from.
Kryptonite's from his home
planet,
world,
Krypton.
and
makes sense.
magic.
Yep.
He's vulnerable to magic. So,
So we need a mage.
So Harry Potter could kill him.
oh yeah,
yes, thank
Yeah.
you for that.
could totally kill him.
All right, cool.
So-
I need to be Harry Potter.
So, but
take the
then
strongest man
but
down.
the question is if he's so strong and Lois Lane's just a human being, how does that even work?
he doesn't lose control.
Well, I mean,
of
he
his
can.
emotions.
If we're not questioning that he can catch her mid fall in flight and not like grab too hard and like break bones, he's got to have superhuman control over his muscles everywhere.
Sure.
all muscles.
All muscles.
All areas. With
I'm just
blood
saying
flow.
that has been a
Including-
question asked.
including
I'm just
sphincters.
putting that out into the universe. If you know, just put in the comments below.
If you have
Cool.
a better theory, let us know.
So, moving on. I'm going to stay on the superhero tangent for a minute. So the CW has a bunch of DC superhero shows. Arrow,
I saw some of Arrow.
Flash.
Flash,
Saw some of Flash.
Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, and
Some of that too.
Black Lightning, and maybe something else. I don't
I think that's it though.
That's it. So there's a famous DC storyline called Crisis on Infinite Earths, and it's about this dude called the Monitor whose job is to monitor all the multiverses. And this dude called the Anti-Monitor is trying to destroy everything. And so what the Monitor does is it gets all the superheroes from all these different universes to go fight for him, to go fight the Anti-Monitor. And the Anti-Monitor does the opposite, gets all the villains to do so. Well, there's so these shows are kind of doing this in December. They're doing their own version of the Crisis on Infinite Earth. And what's interesting about it is who they're pulling in to be in the show. So of course they're going to cross over each other's show and do guest stars.
They actually do that really well on those shows.
They do,
Yeah, they do.
but so here's who they're pulling out though. So, so for one version of Superman, they're putting Brandon Routh, who played Superman in the not the last movie, but then the one before that. So the Bryan Singer film.
Yeah.
So he's coming back to play Superman. He's also on the show already as the Atom, on one of the shows as the Atom. But he's all
Okay.
he's
Legends of Tomorrow.
Thank
He's
you.
Adam.
See, you knew something I did not know.
Yeah.
I don't watch these.
It's not a movie.
He was on the Arrow. He was on Arrow. That's where he started as the Atom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he started
Wait,
as-
that
and
was
then
that's the same dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then they recruited
Wow,
him to
that
Legends
did
of
not.
Tomorrow.
No, I meant from Superman.
Yeah, so he's-
Oh, I don't
didn't
know
click.
from Superman.
So
I
he's
don't know.
but he's Superman in the Bryan Singer one from the early 2000s. So he's that. Burt Ward, who was in the original 1960s Batman as Robin, is going to come back as Robin.
Well, they did it with
Looking like a kid.
they did
Is
with
he the one that
old
looked
with
like a kid? A little bit, not like he wasn't a kid, like he was an adult that looked kind of like a kid.
Kinda, yeah.
Dark hair.
Yeah.
I might know who he is.
they did it with the Flash though already with the original
Yeah,
with the original Flash.
With the original Flash from the CBS
think of his
series.
name.
Yeah, I can't think of his name either, but yeah.
It's okay, but they pull him in as alternate Flash from one of the other Earths.
But who I find interesting is that they brought Kevin Conroy, who's the voice of Batman, from the
yeah.
animated series, who I love that animated series. That's like my Batman knowledge mainly comes from that.
That is the Batman.
And like, when everyone goes, "Who's your favorite Batman?" That's the first one I name because to me that's Batman. They bring him in as an elderly Bruce Wayne, and I'm like, I'm digging it. I would watch that. Of course, the rumor mill is going, and there's a report of the in talks, and they're talking supposedly with Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum, who were both on Smallville as
yeah.
Clark Kent and
Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor, and to reprise their roles. Linda Carter, who's plays the president in Supergirl, to have her come back as a version of Wonder Woman for
Okay.
the series. Since they got Brandon Routh doing double duty, that makes sense. And I heard today, I'm not sure how much I trust it, but Mark Hamill's the Joker.
That would be amazing.
That would
I don't
be
know how
cool.
that would work with old Mark Hamill, but
I don't know. Well, they
Who's
got
Mark Hamill?
Mark Hamill's Luke Skywalker. Oh,
Look at that. Are you serious?
Okay. Like not the. No, that was Anakin. That was the annoying one.
that's his son.
Okay. Yeah.
The original,
Okay, yeah.
the original 3 episodes 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, she's
We
on-
didn't watch all of
No,
them.
we're missing one. We haven't finished it. We haven't seen Jedi yet.
Okay. I was like, 'cause we didn't watch all of them.
We may have to do
okay?
kind of a
I do-
recap, like
Running
a
through the swamp wearing Yoda on his back.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
okay. Glad I could help.
Thank you.
There are
That's-
people who are now
Nice.
either.
That's how my kids know him, so it's
all
fine.
right. So there are people now I know listening to this show who are, if they're in their car, just stop their car and slam their head against the steering wheel.
I'm so sorry.
This is why she who knows no movies is going to stick.
Yeah, like old Jester.
But so yeah, so Mark Hamill may be on Crisis Infinite Earths as the Joker, which is cool. I kind of want Terrence Stamp to show up as Zod. He's the original Zod from Superman 2.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
That would be fun. Or I know Ned Beatty's not making movies anymore, but I like Otis from those movies. Otis, Lex Luthor's his little henchman in the original Superman movies. He's always bumbling but Ned Beatty played him. He was great.
Okay.
So I want an Otis,
I'm a anti
Kryptonian.
crypto. Like, there should be a word for that. I don't like Kryptonians at all.
I think you'll like the show Krypton though. I kind of want to turn you on to it so you can be like, okay, I hate all Kryptonians except the guys who live in this show.
Right.
Because first of all, it's action packed, full of science fiction, and it's kind of sexy. And that's like these things I know you like.
Yes.
And so I'm like,
Oh, he knows how to hook you.
So-
watching you start watching it is none of those things.
oh no, it's I'm watching
You're
it
like,
going,
where's the sexy, Scotty? Look at it.
there's a lot of knocking boots in it. And so I'm like, all right, because they're like, we're sci-fi now, we're adult, we're grown up now.
Woohoo!
So I like Krypton, so I think you'll enjoy it. So
I'll add it to my list. I have a lot of. Well, actually, I'm at a point where we're looking for a new show because.
I know your husband will like it too, just mainly because of the science fiction. And here's the best thing about it: it happens 2 generations before Superman. It's about Superman's grandfather as a young guy. Mm-hmm. So there's no Superman. There's like no lore really. You have to really pay attention to. They're not like you've got to know. Just
watch.
I watch it just purely as a science fiction show and love it. So
Nice.
It's very cool. It's very, very cool. Speaking of science fiction stuff, I know 3 of us have seen Stranger Things 3, and you haven't.
I have not.
I'm apologize. We're about to spoil the shit out of it.
That's fine.
Spoilers.
So
Sorry.
All good. I won't remember by the time I go to watch it.
that's cool.
I am not the person this time, guys. It's not me.
That's why we have a
I
neophyte.
this.
That's
Well,
why we have
we
a
have
new
a
neophyte.
neophyte.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice. I passed the title.
I don't get a crown or a tiara or something.
Sure. Here, I'll give you one now. Oh,
Wait, that sounded like
a tiara. That's what it sounds like.
no, it sounded like something from
I don't know what it else sounded. It was a tiara. Oh, a tiara sound.
Whatever.
It sounded
The Little
very
Mermaid.
religious.
Yes, Little Mermaid. That's
I didn't know
what I
if
was
that's
going
what you were
with.
going
Yes.
with or not.
Little
so I was going to
Mermaid?
wait
Yeah.
and watch you struggle.
I thought it sounded kind of Monty Python, kind
Yeah.
of.
Holy Grail.
Yeah.
No,
Holy
no,
Sure.
no, it's-
No, it's Little Mermaid.
It was a Little Mermaid. It was definitely the Little Mermaid.
I'm gonna
It's
just take
fine.
it back.
There you go. Then now you don't have a crown.
Right.
You're
so
done.
You're gonna dog
looks
my,
beautiful
you
in the moment
dog
that
my
you had it.
tiara.
You look so good, Jared. So good.
You can have your cap, your handicap cap,
My handicap cap.
your handicap cap.
Oh, I thought you said my handicap
I
cap.
thought he did too. That was harsh.
Handicap.
Got real
So
for a
Stranger
second.
Things?
Handy capable, guys. Handy capable.
I just went with Andy Cap. I'm sorry, I'm mentioning things from the 1950s. It's a cartoon strip.
It's an
in
Ivy
the
cap,
funny-
but it's fine.
It was in the funny papers. Y'all remember funny papers? Never mind.
Funny papers. Okay. Stranger Things. 3.
Focus.
So what'd you think?
This was my favorite by far. I did not care for 2. I got bored with 2, and I was like apprehensive going into this one, and I loved it, every minute of it.
I just really liked the Scoops Ahoy duo.
Oh, they were hilarious. Everything was just great.
They were my favorite. It was a little saddening how like the team had that little fallout in the beginning. You were like, "No, guys, don't do it," and then they came. Oh, yes.
Yeah, because girls ruin everything.
Whoa. Whoa. Maybe you guys just don't know how to handle the females. Okay.
Clearly we don't, because they
Clearly.
ruin everything.
different species.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I agree. It was my favorite season so far. I like two, but 2 took a while to get into. I mean, like it was real.
It was just slow for me. Two
Right.
was just
It
slow.
was okay.
It was-
I don't
yeah.
have middle. Thumbs in the middle.
Thumbs in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, you know,
That's the thing now. Thanks, Jared.
it's like, you know, you watch the first season and it's like, oh my God, this show is so good. And it's like, brings you back to, at least for us older people, brings us back to, you know, the 80s.
Oh yeah, Charlie. I mean,
And then it was very Stephen King-esque, which is great. And then so it's all hyped up. And then the second season was meh. But the third season is fan-freaking-tastic, so.
I
I like that you paused for the man moment. You're like, meh.
she let it sink in.
That's great.
I agree. First season, I've never seen a show, and I've not seen a show since that. When I watched it, I smelled the '80s.
Right?
Like I could smell.
I
how-
wasn't
Cigarette
in
smoke.
The 80s
well, not cigarette smoke, but
like-
like Joyce's paneling. I've been in houses like that. That all has a.
No, we
I-
did, except mine smelled like cigarettes because both of my parents smoked
Right.
heavily indoors in the 80s.
So well, my parents did too. So maybe that's what I was smelling as well.
My parents did my whole childhood, so that
So-
didn't go away. The 80s didn't stop that. It was like 90s.
Well, my mom still smokes, but she's like
Millennium.
progressed with the time, and now she doesn't smoke in her house or her car anymore. But, you know, back in the 80s, you just smoked everywhere.
Yep.
It was gross.
I do agree too. I really like, out of all the storylines, I was not nearly as interested in what for the first time what like 11 and that little group was doing. I like first season I'm all like 11 and Mike
Right.
and I'm like that's cute and that's all fun. Second season it's still interesting because she's doing interesting things and she's being bitchin' and find all the other
Super bitchin'.
all the other 11s or whatever, the other numbered kids out there. And that's I like the expansion of the lore. This time I was like, don't care that they're just I liked Max and her. That was fun. But
Yeah.
when the boys got involved, I cared less. I really liked Hopper and Joyce this season.
I did too. That was adorable.
I mean, just really like that. They were funny.
Hopper is by far my favorite character in that whole series, and I'm really upset about how that ended. It's fine.
With Hopper.
I feel like we said no spoilers. Like we
No,
said
no, no,
spoilers, but
no,
now I feel like I can't.
No, I'll
do
spoil it.
spoilers.
I'm just so.
We're spoiling it. We're spoiling the heck out of this.
Yeah, it's been a month. I'm giving everybody a month
But
before we
it's
can talk about it.
Like it was necessary. I think it was done well.
So he is possibly dead. I'll say possibly because I don't believe he's dead.
I don't want him to be dead either. Ugh.
David Harbour's like, I like this show. I don't
In
think he's
fairness,
going.
I missed the moment when it happened. Like I saw them doing the struggling, and I saw her doing the reaching, and she was reaching, and they were struggling, and a lot was happening, and I was doing laundry. And then I looked up, and
She was
like,
having her own struggles.
and there was this like after where Joyce is crying, and Mackenzie was in there. I was like, "What happened? Where's Hopper? Oh, that guy that was by that big bomb thing. Yeah, they blew up on him.
Oh.
I know that's how I found out about it. It was like intense. I looked away, looked back, and I was like, where did he go? Oh, she's sad because she had to do the thing with the keys, and he was still over there, and now he's not there anymore.
The whole ending of the show was very heartbreaking.
It
to me.
wasn't
Not
it?
only that,
The
but then
letter.
Joyce just decides to up and move everybody, and they're
Well,
leaving
she was
their
doing
clothes.
that throughout the show. In fairness,
Right.
Yeah.
But, you know, she didn't tell the kids.
Okay. So
She took 11 with
all
her.
right.
That was
So
nice.
first of all, my little boy gets sucked into some nether world.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why she didn't move the end of the first season.
Right,
I would
which
not
would have
say
been
that.
less. It would have been less heartbreaking, I think. But I feel like they need their friends.
Yeah.
So
But as an adult, you aren't like, oh, I have to stay because my kid needs his friends. You're like, we'll get F out.
Yeah.
We
Right.
out.
So then,
Get in the truck.
Then she stays in first season. Second season, the dude she falls in love with gets killed by a monster from the nether realm.
Which she does struggle with.
Right.
Throughout the season.
And so I'm like, leave. I'm okay with that. I like that decision. It's not
It was
great
sweet
for the
that
dynamic.
She took L with her. Because, she's like a homeless mutant child. Now.
I'm curious about the legality about that. Of course, it was the 80s. They'll just kind of sweep it under.
Yeah, I feel like he just had her. Like, he didn't have to
Well-
do anything. But now, like, I try to put my kid in school, like, prove in
Right.
5 different ways that child belongs to you. Ah, crap. Oh, I found her in a test tube somewhere. Her name is 11. Her name is literally a number, guys. As far as I got. When was she born? No idea.
But she needs to enroll in class.
yeah, but she wants to be smarter, so teach her.
I wonder where she would place. Because I guess I did do a placement test on her.
I guess so.
Because
Yeah.
she's had no school and she didn't know anything but Eggo waffles.
I didn't see her eat any.
She
that's
can
why.
read though.
Yeah, she can read.
That's what I'm saying. She's probably pretty smart.
So I also like, but I think Joyce and Hopper had probably the second most fun storyline in the whole thing. I like the whole thing with the conspiracy theory guy, and I like the Russian Alexei.
He was adorable.
We should go date
With
him.
his cherry slushies. or
Right,
whatever.
and being chased by the Terminator, which was awesome.
I love that moment where he gave him the keys, and he was like, "It's okay because he's gonna come back without any marks on him, and he'll change his mind." And then it sounds like he's leaving, and they're like, "No, he's leaving. No, he's leaving. No, he left."
So did you think he was
And
leaving?
then he panics for a second, and there he was, like just sitting there.
I thought he was leaving.
I really thought he was gonna go too, because Hopper's really on point. Hopper's
Right.
amazing. So like just this one slip up where he's like, "No, guys, I got this. It's fine. Everybody just chillax."
but I'm glad he stayed because
Yeah. But he did kind of leave. He did
I also
make it
like
further.
strawberry, which is really,
Yeah.
which is really good. But for me, the show is Steve and Dustin and Erica and
Erica was the other Scoops Ahoy girl, right?
Yeah, she's the
Yeah. The lesbian.
no
No, she's lesbian.
no, not Erica.
Erica's a little
black girl.
Little black girl.
Oh,
And she
no.
wa-
What was the other one's
She
name?
was like my favorite. I love her.
Oh goodness, Scotty.
Well,
Scotty.
no, because all I can think
I
about
am
is she is the daughter.
ashamed.
No, all I
She's
can,
Uma Thurman's daughter.
and Ethan Hawke's daughter.
Yeah.
Okay, that means nothing to me. So.
Oh my God! Bless America.
Is it Uma, whatever the one in Kill Bill? With
Yes.
the yellow outfit?
She-
Okay,
yeah,
that's,
she's-
I know her name and that outfit.
Right, all right.
That's it.
She's of course you've not seen it.
I have not seen it. I just know that.
You would like it, I think.
Like
At least
a poster.
Kill Bill's amazing.
part one, I know you'd like.
Number one, anything by Tarantino is amazing.
I enjoyed Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, that was so good.
I'll
The
take
new
your word
one.
for it.
It's in the theater.
Okay. Who's Ethan Hawke? I feel like I know that person too.
He's an actor.
He's been in a lot of
Okay,
stuff.
Smarty Pants. Oh my goodness.
You asked.
Add that to your name. Smarty Pants. Pants that are so smart. They
He's
just
been in a
speak.
lot.
Robin is her name.
Yeah.
Robin.
She was great.
Yeah, Maya Hawke.
But yeah, their little group was definitely the star of this season.
Yeah, they were funny and
Yeah, they were.
interesting, and
Oh, he's a bad guy in something.
it's about kind of lots of things.
Okay. He
Ethan
looks like
Hawke?
a bad guy from something I've seen.
I don't. Okay, maybe.
I'm gonna figure it out. Y'all continue.
But
It's easier for me to figure out what I haven't seen.
I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff.
That's
but
true. But it's so funny, and I like the idea of a Russian base underneath a mall. It's
underneath
clever.
a mall, which is crazy.
It's very clever.
Sorry, what's under the mall?
A
Russian base.
A Russian base?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. It's not nearly as fun as a German base on the backside of the moon, but
And
Right
it's
now.
not so easy as like the kid just picking up a transmission trying to get to his girlfriend who does exist.
Right.
That was adorable. Poor
Oh,
Dustin.
yeah.
The whole time you were like, it's gonna happen, buddy. I know it is.
I'm
Right?
right, the
Please
whole-
let it happen.
I believe Dustin had the girlfriend the whole time, and I did not believe Dustin would have.
No, I believe he had the girlfriend too, because Dustin's awesome.
She was hot as Phoebe Cates, and
That's not the truth, though.
she was cute though. So
She was cute.
I could see how he was like, yeah, she's hot as Phoebe Cates.
that was him, right?
He was so cute when he was singing.
Oh yes,
That was adorable.
singing the Never-Ending Story, which is a great song.
So I knew that something tied to the Neverending Story was going to come up, which I've never seen. Okay, so the song's happening and everybody's singing, and I got done, and I think Josh had gotten home not long after that, and I went, "That's from the thing, right? That's the song everybody's talking about. That's the moment. Okay, cool. Like I still, even though it's in the song, like it says Neverending Story in the song, it would not. If nobody brought it up, I would not have realized that that's what that's from. Never ending is a popular thing to put together.
it's a
but it's the never-ending
Never-ending
story.
Please continue.
Never-Ending
stop.
Story.
No, it's not the song that never ends. It's the never-ending story. It's a little different.
So The other, there, I mean, it was
adorable.
It was adorable.
So
and
cute.
I squealed. I just like I'm watching this by myself with nobody. Verbally just exuberance came out of me, and then of course I sang along because I know it.
Oh yeah.
The Magnificent Seven. That's what I had.
Oh yeah, that's right.
singing.
He's in that. Yeah.
Yep. But then my favorite with that though is when they recall it at the end, and it's Max and her boyfriend. What is that kid's name? Oh, I'm really putting Scotty on the spot right now. He normally knows all this stuff.
That's Erica's brother, but I don't know his name either.
Lucas.
So they're sitting there singing it to him, and
Right.
they're walking away. That was great.
It
They're like,
was
join
great.
in. You should sing. Shut up.
He should totally sing. He's got a good voice. So
Yeah, he does.
all that messed up teeth he's got helps him sing, kind of like Freddie Mercury.
Such a cute kid.
So they all are kind of adorable. So.
Anyway,
It was full of cool 80s things, and I want to talk about one specifically because we're going to be doing a video about it later so you can see about it. I want to talk about New Coke.
that was definitely a plug.
New Coke.
It's New Coke.
Yeah, it was a plug.
it
It was
felt
plug
like,
for something that doesn't exist, and I thought that was great.
What was that movie with Jim Carrey that he was stuck somewhere and there was commercials all the time? The Truman Show. Yeah, it was like that.
Yeah, it was
where
like
it's
yeah.
Like they were just living their
Ovaltine.
life and they'd be like, Ovaltine. He's like, who are you talking to? That's exactly what it felt like when
Right.
it came up in
I'm
this
so
show.
old. I saw that in theaters.
I did not, but I have seen that movie a couple of times.
It's a good movie.
I do like
It
that
is
movie.
a good movie.
Ed Harris got an Oscar nomination for it.
I wrote about it in school.
Oh,
I know.
good
It's one of
to
the few that I think everybody relates to and goes, every once in a while I wonder if there's a camera in my garbage can.
I don't worry about the garbage can so much as the bathroom. Like, let me just have my bathroom to myself.
No, I just meant like
Right.
in random places filming you, just like because you might be on a TV show.
That's fine.
Do you want to be on a TV show?
Not particularly.
It's the Scotty Show. No, I'd
Not
be
in,
so
not in
boring.
one like
I
the
would
Truman
be
Show.
so
I'm
bored.
good.
So
I'm good.
I mean, I'm only interesting when I'm with you guys. You guys make me interesting. The rest of the time, I'm just like,
I would say mine would be boring, but it would certainly be like
would make people
not
tired.
PG. It would be, you know.
it'd be
Different
all-
kind of story. That's okay.
Next
I'm
on
all
the
for it.
Spice Channel. Evenings with Stephanie. New Coke. New Coke came out in 1985. So after World War II, Coke duminated sales, partly because of the CO tactics during the war. He sold Coke to servicemen for a nickel during the World War II. So, if you were in uniform, you're a serviceman, you got Coke anywhere for a nickel.
That's awesome.
And so all the servicemen drank Coke, so they just got hooked on Coke.
You're welcome.
Right.
You should look at the story about why it
Gotcha.
stayed a nickel for a lot longer than it should have. It's pretty nuts.
Do you know it?
Short story. A lot of it was vending machine related.
Oh, that's cool.
It was too expensive to repair to change the vending machines
Oh wow.
From nickels to quarters?
to anything else.
However, by 1983, sales had declined to where Coke only had 24% share of the soda market. And that's mostly due to competition from Pepsi and a variety of other things, but mostly diet sodas. Diet sodas were like this huge craze that started like in the mid-'70s and carried on into the 80s. And so
Everybody wants to be skinny.
they were, but they still want their soda. So Coke needed to do something to refresh its brand. The CEO was like, there's no sacred cows here. And so they went tinkering with the original formula. They looked at what Pepsi was doing because Pepsi was considerably sweeter, and they had advertising against it. They had Bill Cosby back when Bill Cosby wasn't. I mean, he was still creeping, but no one knew. And so he would talk about how it's not as sweet as Pepsi, and that was kind of their selling point. So they created a project called Project Kansas, and to revamp the formula, they developed a sweeter version of the soda that tested very well in focus groups, mainly because they pressured the subjects to so they would like it, which really makes the results null and void. It's like, you like this, don't you? Here's $1. I like it.
Say you like it.
So, but hey,
Here's
it
$2.
was a desperate time in the cola wars. So it is what it is. New Coke launched and was generally liked when it first came out. They gave cans away to workers who were working on the Statue of Liberty during its renovation, and they were winning taste tests. McDonald's said, "Hey, we're replacing Coke with New Coke," and everything was going great until they released it in the South. And see, Coca-Cola's born in Atlanta. It's a Southern staple, and so Southerners hated it. Just went nuts against it, saying that the Yankees were taking over their soda, and
That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Yeah.
they caused protest. They had soda emptying parties. They sent thousands of letters, flooded phone lines.
Did they pour it out in the ocean?
No, they poured it out
like the Tea Party all over again?
I don't know. They might have. Well, down here, Gulf Shores, they might have. Or between the backlash from the South and pressure from the public media, mostly it was on late night comedy shows, and everybody was picking on it, and it just got too much. So Coke returned to its normal formula about 80 days later under the banner.
How long?
80 days.
Oh my gosh.
80 days under.
How long after it was released in the South did that happen? Like 2 weeks?
Probably 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. It wasn't very
like
long.
For months it was doing well. They're like, we can try it in the South, guys. It's doing well. We can try it in the South.
Coke,
2 weeks later,
and Coke
change it.
Coke tried to linger with it, try to hold on to it during this time. And what stopped them was McDonald's was like, no, we're going back to the old formula. People are mad.
Oh, yeah.
And so
That's
they
when you just
switched.
go North Coke and South Coke.
Then we would really have a cola war, a cola civil war. It's like North
Simple
Coke,
Coke.
South Coke, and
It's like
then
somebody right
That's
near
kinda
the
like
Mason-Dixon
iced tea,
line is
though,
like,
when you
I
think about
want
it.
that
Yeah, well,
sweet
yeah,
Coke.
and that's what it is still now. Is you go anywhere outside of the South and your tea is unsweetened, and it's jarring to people who are used to sweet tea.
right.
Ironically, you can usually find it in a jar in the South.
Fun fact, even though I am from the South, I do not like sweet tea.
I do not like sweet tea, but I am from the North, so
I do half and half now.
I'll do half and half. But I still like sweet tea, but I don't like it super sweet. I don't
Yeah,
like syrup.
for the record, half unsweet, half
Half sweet.
sweet, because
Right.
in the South, sweet tea is like syrup,
Right,
so it's
right.
actually like sweet tea
is
when you
like
do half and half.
syrup.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, pretty much,
I don't like unsweetened tea because it's too bitter for me.
Yeah.
But I put a little sugar in, I'm all right. So just
okay
cut
with unsweetened tea.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I like the unsweetened tea. I'll be honest, my favorite tea, like iced tea, I don't do iced tea often, but Nuke's.
She's fancy. She drinks fancy English teas.
Right?
Japanese
Nuke's
teas.
has Splenda tea. Like they have like their sweet tea, unsweet tea, some flavored crap, and then they have Splenda tea, and it's awesome because it has no calories. It's sweet, but it's
I
not
don't
overly
trust
sweet.
Splenda because they basically took sugar and changed it to Splenda, and I'm afraid that we're all going to get mutant powers from it, like the bad mutant powers.
I'm hoping to get my superpowers.
Yeah,
from
but
it.
but then you also will get like a hunchback.
But you could end up like the three-eyed fish in
Right.
The Simpsons.
I would
and
not.
that's fine.
So, as long as you could be super strong and invulnerable, I got 3 eyes. That's cool.
Yeah, it's fine. It's like the three-titted girl in what?
Total Recall.
Yeah, Total Recall.
That was
yeah.
the second place my head went.
I know,
like
right?
it. I like it.
He went from The Simpsons to Total Recall. 'cause
Yeah. Well, I mean, the eyes of
Three.
the Simpsons.
Three.
Comes in
Yeah.
threes. Right?
The Simpsons eyes looks like
your 3
boobs,
eyes up here.
so- Yeah.
Yeah, my 3 eyes are up here now.
Nice.
Thank you. New Coke lasted until 2002. It was rebranded as Coke 2 and sold quietly across the country. The last time I had it was in 2002. I managed to get a case of it.
I had a sip a few weeks ago when we.
Yeah, I got Stranger Things and Coke teamed up to do a promotional deal where you can get New Coke and some other Stranger Things bottles and stuff for like $10 or whatever.
I wonder what the Coke company thought when the CEO said, "All right, guys, we're making a batch of some new Coke."
I think they would be excited.
They all said, "You're not shipping it to the South, right?"
Where is it headed
We're putting
again?
some of those limitations, like can be ordered in every state except below the Mason-Dixon line and east of the.
You would say that
Colorado.
you could get it in certain places.
Right.
Are those all northern places?
Probably. Well, you
I'm
can get
very
it now,
curious
so.
now.
Canada, you can probably get it in
You
Canada.
currently can order it, though, and I'll put a link in the show notes where you can order how I ordered it. I ordered it directly from Coke, and it came in a couple of days. It was not wet, so.
No, so you just can't get it in store anymore.
Right, you can't get it in store.
I got you.
For Stranger Things, they did do a few.
Do they do it at the movie theaters?
No,
Missed opportunity.
but they did have vending machines around the country in like bigger cities. So I figured Atlanta, New York, L.A.
It's weird if Atlanta
Seattle.
didn't have it.
So got a New Coke. No, it makes sense that we're not putting it in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Atlanta has all of these different Cokes. Like
Yeah,
everywhere,
except
all these
New
different-
Coke. They were like, we learned our
Like,
lesson.
New
Literally.
Coke, and no, we don't have any taps open. It's crazy. Guys. All
So
the
speaking of
fountains are
Cola
full.
Wars and going to
Like
war about
McDonald's ice
stuff,
cream machines.
I didn't want to leave Pepsi out of this conversation. And this week, or into last week, I learned that at one time, Pepsi was the 6th largest military in the world.
Military?
Yeah, the 6th largest military in the world.
Pepsi?
Pepsi Cola was the 6th largest military in the world.
I'm gonna need some more
I'm not
details.
understanding this.
All right, so
it's
you
not hitting the
understand
brain
that
right.
Pepsi's a company,
Yes.
and you understand what the military is.
Yes.
They had the 6th largest one of those in the world.
Because of shipping stuff?
Here's the story.
Okay, yeah. I'm still like, what?
glad you're
was
also
it to
confused.
protect against pirates or?
At one time in 1989, for at least a few days, Pepsi Cola had the 6th largest navy in the world. The story goes like this. In the 50s, to battle communism, President Eisenhower organized the American National Exhibition in Moscow. So this was this whole big exposition where they showed off American appliances, model homes, how, this is what homes Americans live in. Farm equipment, children's playgrounds, and this was used to narrow the gap between the Americans and the Soviets. Hey, we're just like you, kind of thing. What it really was doing was a diplomatic tactic to introduce capitalism to the communist society. One of the things it did was it introduced Pepsi to the Russians, and while it took a little while to catch on, by the 70s they could not get enough of it. So to pay for it, since the Russian ruble wasn't an accepted currency anywhere in the world because of the Soviet standing, they traded for it and vodka. They sent Pepsi vodka, and Pepsi sent them, Pepsi. The demand grew so high that in 1989, the Russians wanted more Pepsi than they had vodka for, so they traded 17 submarines, 1 frigate, a cruiser, and a destroyer. So for a few days before Pepsi sold the ships for scrap, they were the 6th largest military power on the planet.
That's
That is
crazy.
amazing.
Wow.
And now you
That's
know.
a serious problem.
They should have kept them.
They should have kept them.
I'm like, wow.
No, like it was a navy, so like it could be the Pepsi Navy.
Right, it could be the Pepsi name.
The Pepsi.
I mean, think about this for a minute. A country was so hard up for Pepsi Cola that they gave away warships.
17 submarines.
I mean,
How much Pepsi did they get back?
Oh, $3 billion worth of Pepsi.
but still, they traded warships. That's crazy.
Was Dr. Pepper in that?
No, just Pepsi. Just Pepsi.
Just Pepsi
Straight
by itself.
Pepsi.
Isn't Dr.
Straight
Pepper Coke?
Pepsi. I don't know.
Depending on Dr. Pepper independent and depending on where they have a franchise with a bottling company. So as
They're both, aren't they?
Right.
Like it goes back and forth.
it depends on where you bottle it. So here it's in this county and this part of Alabama, it's a Coke product.
Right.
Where I work in Escambia County, it's a Pepsi product because it comes out of the Pepsi bottling plant.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
And
Coke
when you-
facility, cola facilities are a crazy beast.
Right, where they're
It's weird.
Yeah, it's a whole thing, and they're mostly independent, but they're like owned by there's a lot owned by Coca-Cola, but not Coca-Cola. Like they built a whole separate company, which is unquote unquote or quote unquote not affiliated with Coca-Cola, but it's in our name, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's
So-
like
Dr.
Coca-Cola
Pepper-
America
yeah,
or something
yeah.
weird. Like it's really
Dr.
strange.
Pepper's out of
Crazy.
Plano, Texas.
Like I've said before, I'm one of those weird people. I don't like sodas. However, there is
Or
one
the
that,
Princess Bride, or
or whatever. I'm sorry.
we're learning a lot
I'm
of stuff that
weird.
she doesn't like this episode.
Well, no, I mean, I've never developed a
tea.
taste for soda, except for one. I do get cravings for one, and believe it or not, it is a Pepsi product. And it's the Diet Sunkissed. Not regular Sunkissed, I like Diet Sunkissed. For some reason, it is the most delicious thing ever to me.
Oh,
So when I'm making a mixed drink, my go-to choice is Jack and Diet Dr. Pepper.
Oh,
Not
wow.
regular, because it tastes weird
Right.
with Jack. But if you mix Jack with Diet Dr. Pepper, it is amazing.
See, I've done
Oh, so that's good to
vodka and Diet Sunkissed many times.
so I guess
It's
vodka.
something to do with the aspartame and the alcohol.
I guess something that makes Jack make Diet Dr. Pepper drinkable because that shit I can't drink it.
What diet?
Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, no, I don't drink it normally.
No, just
the only
like
time I have it is with Jack.
Right, because the only way I know the only way it can be drinkable. I'll try it. I just,
Yeah, you should try it. I mean, go somewhere and try it.
Yeah.
Like, don't go
Yeah, don't
buy
go buy
Diet
it.
Dr. Pepper just to try a mixture. Unless you buy 20 ounces, you could do that.
Get a 2 liter. Just get a 2
Yeah,
liter.
grab a whole 2 liter and then
get
buy
a 2
a fifth of Jack
Yeah.
and
You
know,
have
I'll
some
just
fun.
mix
Have some
that.
fun.
I'll just
Miss
do it
that
for the
joke.
TV show that they're watching me on. I'm drinking this.
All right.
So,
I'll bring a camera and we'll make a YouTube channel out of it.
that would be fun.
Just try a whole bunch of different
Just add to the
drinks,
YouTube
different
channel I
liquors.
have. If in Mopcast Network, go look it up, join, subscribe.
That's what we should do. Is like you should pick a soda and see which alcohol tastes better with it. We'll just like try different alcohols with the soda.
So I used to drink a lot of soda. I don't drink a lot now.
I don't either.
I'll have one every now and then, but I don't drink a lot of it. And usually when I drink now, I just drink Sprite, which I never liked. But now I'm like, oh.
Because you used to be like a Mountain Dew person.
Yeah, Mountain Dew and Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
I love Dr. Pepper. My favorite soda was Cherry Pepsi, though. That was like to my soul as a child favorite soda.
See, I don't like Cherry Pepsi like manufactured, but like if I got a Waffle House or something, I like Cherry Pepsi that way.
I like going to the like Five Guys and going to their
The mixing
machines.
station?
Oh, yeah.
I would get a cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper. Cherry and vanilla is so good.
It is good. I get the cherry
But I just
vanilla
don't-
Coke Zeros at the movies because for whatever reason, I have to have that with my movie popcorn.
There's some things where it's like it comes back.
Yeah,
Like
even
you
though I
have
don't
to pair
like
them
soda,
together.
like
Yeah.
it's funny because I have a few sips of it and let my husband have the rest. But I have
just
to
need
have
that
those couple of
taste.
sips
Yeah.
to go with my popcorn.
See, I don't like Pepsi in a can or a bottle. I like it out of the fountain drink. I don't like it bottled or canned, but I love it in the fountain drink. Coke is the other way. I don't like it fountained, but I like it in.
I feel like it's too carbonated fountain. It's
I don't know.
intense.
I like Mountain Dew predominantly if it's ice cold from a can.
I've never liked Mountain Dew.
But that's like, for some reason, that's kind of the way I prefer it. But
That's interesting how some things are. There's some beers
weird.
like that too.
Yeah.
That they're better in a can, or a bottle, or on draft.
I don't know. I haven't had beers that I didn't like that like this would be better on draft or this is better on draft. So
I do,
oh, that's cool.
but they just taste fresher. We just went to Game Over last night and had the vanilla barrel cream ale.
That's the only thing you get.
Oh, that's my favorite. But I've had it in a bottle and it's good. Draft is phenomenal. But we went and apparently they've been out and it tasted.
Because you drink it all.
Probably. But it tasted so good. It tasted so much better than it had before. I think it was like a nice fresh supply. It was really delicious.
Or with withdrawals.
I
withdrawals.
could have
Yeah.
probably. I could have drank 17 of them. I just sat there and drank all night long. It was really good. Sorry, continue.
I'm glad you made it safely.
Oh, yeah, I didn't drive, but I only did it 3. I I have my limits.
Just a couple more things before we leave about food stuff that I wanted to talk about. So last weekend, that would have been the 2nd and 3rd. I think the 3rd particularly was National Mustard Day.
Really?
Oh, really?
Oh, did you see the?
Yeah, I'm fixing to talk about it.
Okay.
So
There's a face. I'm excited.
So, French's and this place called Cool House, who does ice cream, made a mustard ice cream. And so made it.
Ice cream?
Yeah,
Yeah,
mustard
ice cream.
That's disgusting.
Yeah,
And I love mustard. I can't imagine.
but not to be outdone.
Oh, gosh.
Not to be outdone. Yesterday on Twitter, Oscar Mayer announced the hot dog ice cream sandwich.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh, no.
According to their Twitter, Oscar Mayer is releasing a hot dog ice cream sandwich that will include candy hot dog bits, sweet cream, spicy Dijon gelato, and a cookie bun.
No, so you
No.
know what should happen. You know how this should work. They should do it with. Are you okay?
I don't think I am. I may have to vomit.
They should do the patty, or they should do the cookie
Yeah.
as the hot dog flavor, and do Neapolitan in the middle, but have it as mustard, ketchup, and relish.
Does anybody have a bucket?
That sounds so bad.
So
I don't even have like a headache or anything, and I'm starting to get
Or
nauseous.
we could do
stop.
cookie on the outside, but do it like plain sugar cookie, and then have hot dog in the middle, and then mustard and ketchup on either side if you don't like relish.
So I went to their Twitter
And you said why?
No,
Tell them no. Just no.
No. Because first of all, I went to their Twitter to make sure it was real, and they assure me that it's real. And then they were like, DM us if you're interested in the sandwich. And
To be like a taste tester?
yeah, and I don't know exactly what.
Did you?
I sure did.
Oh,
They sent you
Scotty.
one?
Yeah, no, they didn't send me one yet.
Oh, okay.
Because I just did it this morning or this afternoon.
When those things come up in August, I always have to make sure that it wasn't something that was posted
Reposted
a few
from
months
April?
ago that
Right.
someone's sharing now.
So-
Like that's a joke.
Yeah.
That's not real.
So I DM'd Oscar Mayer saying, okay, I'm in. How do I taste a hot dog ice cream sandwich? 2 hours later, they got back to him and went, hi, Scotty. Oscar Mayer's ice dog sandwich is real. Our ice cream maker is churning our delicious candied hot dog bits as we type this DM. And you'll hear from us soon. More deets later.
Wow.
Did they say deets?
They said deets.
Oh my gosh.
Because Oscar Mayer's hip.
I wonder
That's
if
crazy.
they could hire me. I could type that. Y'all need some help?
So I will keep everyone updated on the ice cream sandwich hot dog. Oh, it's got to be terrible.
Hey, Stephanie, if I hear about when we're going to be doing a taste testing of that, I'll give you a heads up and you can be sick that day.
Right?
Oh, I wouldn't do that
Or
to you
after.
guys. I wouldn't.
Like
no,
we
no,
show
no,
up
no,
and he
no.
has a cooler. We got to go.
No,
we got to go.
No, would not do that to you. I'm not cruel. I mean, I am, but I'm not that cruel.
I mean, I'm going to get it. So that's going to happen.
We're going to be wrapping up now. So our next movie, because Jestina hasn't seen it, so we're going to do.
Surprise. Surprise.
We're going to do the Never-Ending Story.
What is the secret of this enchanted book? What wonders are hidden within its pages? What magical spell does it cast on all who read it? What is the secret of the never-ending story?
But that's impossible!
You will enter a world where a young boy's imagination becomes a vivid reality. The world of Atreyu and Artax, the Rockbiter, and a good and kind gnome. A world that is vast and eternal, treacherous and dazzling, unforgettable and free. For anyone who's ever made a wish, believed in a fantasy, or had a dream, this is the never-ending story.
You guys all going to sing for me, too?
We probably will.
I will sing
We'll
for
sing
you.
for you.
Okay.
So who's going to get drunk with me and do the theme song? That's what's going to happen.
That would be me.
Dibs.
So,
All of us.
Yes,
We can
that'd
do
be
karaoke
great.
afterwards.
so everyone can listen. Look for that for next week, and we're going to be watching it. So this should be fun. You can follow me on Twitter at Scotty White and on Instagram at Scotty O White.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, Stephanie S. Ward 1, maybe, I think.
Like,
Right?
sure.
You're
that
pretty
what it
good.
is?
And you,
Yeah, and then Instagram is always Stephanie. I really need to change my Twitter so I can remember it. Can you change your Twitter?
Yes.
Okay, good.
You can even sell them by telling people you'll change it afterwards after they pay
wow.
you, and then they can claim it.
That's hilarious.
A friend of mine just he didn't sell it, but he did it for a baseball team.
Anyway, there's a link to it on
Going for him for
ScottyWhite.com.
money. Like, any money question I have, be
God,
weird.
Look,
Right?
He's like, you got a
I'm
Twitter?
not rich. I'm just like
Sell that
there's
junk.
some.
Sell it.
It's pure luck.
Why would you just delete it? Sell it. Somebody wants that.
Maybe.
you can find this and everything else on ScottyWhite.com on our page for there. This is our contribution to the multiverse. Go out and make yours.
Bye. Bye.
Yay.
Thank you for listening to the Mopcast Network.